Hello, everyone. Here is your update for December 2024 as far as health and all that good stuff. So, I saw the gastro doctor about a week and a half ago, and she has scheduled for me what's called an endoscope for January. It is in the first week of January. January is a very busy month as far as stuff going on. I was going to try and see if I could edit anything for you for January, but I think you'll see why I don't know if I can here by the end of the video. I had an appointment with my neurologist a few days ago, but he wanted to reschedule that until after the pain management stuff to see how that went and touch base after that. And that has really been the update for December. I had the gastro appointment, and yeah, that's it. This month will bring 2024 to a close for all of us. It has not been the best year for me, especially since 7 out of the 12 months have been in constant feeling like I am kind of tipsy all the time, just without the inebriation feeling. I am starting to get very I don't know. I don't want to say like throwing in the towel-ish, but kind of just accepting that this might just be what life is now. It sucks. On top of all of this, and all the pain all the time, I have just this constant wooziness and brain fog. I was thinking it possibly could be blood circulation related, because I have, over the last few years, I have been growing less hair on my legs. It's been going away, which is weird, but I don't know if that's a natural sign of aging or not. I tried to bring it up to my doctor in that visit from hell that I described some time ago. So maybe I'll bring it up again when he is not so abrasive and argumentative. What makes me think it's not blood circulation is just my hands and feet aren't cold. And I think that would be like the first sign, right? But it's like, well, why do I feel like this all the time? Like, is there not enough oxygen or whatever getting to my brain? I don't know. Another theory we have is that the house itself is making me sick. There is an issue with the sump pump. It smells like, well, Justin describes it as diarrhea. If you're here, you become nose blind to it, which is not good, obviously. But if you leave and come back, you can smell it. It's disgusting. Justin's family doesn't like to visit us because of it. It smells disgusting here. And even if you get nose blind to it, if it has like a flare up, it will smell. Sorry, the wooziness is really acting up. It will smell just like a sewer. It's disgusting. And our bedroom is right over the sump pump. And I've been breathing that in for over a year and a half now. I'm home all the time. Justin goes to work and then comes home. I'm here. I work from home. Well, I worked when I could freaking work. The worst dreams I have right now, and well, other than when I dream that I'm better, like I'm healed and I'm normal. The worst dreams I have now are when not only am I better, but I'm not dizzy all the time. I can have my whole brain capacity back. So good thing that the tests have come back negative for anything more serious, but also just kind of like, what the hell is wrong with me then? And I forget what the fumes are called. They're called something. So I'm bringing it up real quick. I don't know. I tried to look up the name of what there's a technical name for the smell. I don't remember. It's not hydrogen sulfide because that's sulfur. It's not a sulfury smell. It's a freaking sewage smell. And we've just been trying to deal with it. And then I basically just got to my wit's end with it. And I contacted the landlady. Because in addition to the sump pump smelling, I might have mentioned this before in the past, there is a nest of drain flies, sludge flies that live in it, that just live in it. And that's where their home is. You can tap the pump with your finger and they'll just out of it. They'll billow out of it. like freaking bats from a bat cave. So eventually I had enough and contacted the landlady about it and let her know, here's what's going on. And I had devised a system of my brain screen. I had some screen that I cut to put around the bottom of the sump pump, and then I put like rolled up t-shirts, old t-shirts, in the little space between the pump and the hole in the ground, and it goes all the way around. It's not a pump that sits flat to the ground. It's not a cover. The sump pump hole is not covered. The sump pump itself sits off of the ground, and there's about maybe an inch between the bottom of the pump and then the hole in the floor in the basement. And I had stuffed shirts in there. I had like the screen and the shirts in there to kind of plug it, and then I put screen over the top of the pump comes up in like a tube. Put screen over the top of that to keep trying to keep the bugs in there while trying to keep the smell in there. And then over all of that, I threw some plastic, a big sheet of plastic that we used to cover the windows. I don't know if you can see it or not. There's some lovely painter's tape holding up this plastic over the window. That was just, it kept the smell at bay for like a month, and then it started getting really bad again. So, contacted the landlady, let her know, we have an infestation of bugs. We didn't sweep them up this time, so you can see how bad it is. The thing smells, etc., etc. She comes over while we were asleep, and all she did was sweep up the bugs and take everything down and put it into a trash bag and leave it sitting on the floor. So the screen and the shirts and the plastic was all just bunched up. And then she writes back later that night, is it better? And I said to Justin, she didn't fucking do anything. How could it be better? All you do is sweep up the bugs and take down all the protective barriers over the sump pump. You did nothing else. How? And I was like, no. And she says, well, the house needs to ventilate. So if you can, please open up the front door and the back door to let the house air out. Granted, I've said this before, the landlady is from Spain. She has a very thick accent. She doesn't quite understand when you explain things to her. I've done my best to be patient. I'm always aware of the fact I need to be respectful, even in the face of just being really annoyed. That was the last correspondence we had. Did I open up the front door and the back door? No. One, it's not going to work. I'll get to that in a second. And two, it was like in the teens, below freezing for all of you who use Celsius. Below zero. It was like, 10 to 15 degrees Fahrenheit outside. It was cold. So why? Even if I wanted to try that, I wouldn't have been, quick to want to do it, I guess. I can't think of words. My brain is really just right now. But it's like, we've tried airing it out. When it is above freezing, we have the windows in the basement open. There are 4 windows in the basement. We have them all open. Even that can barely keep it at bay sometimes. The problem is not that the house is not getting ventilation. The problem is the smell is constant. It is constantly coming from the sump pump. It does not stop. Ventilation only works if there's like a thing to ventilate and then it's gone. That's how ventilation works. It would be like if your house is on fire, and you're like, just open some windows, the smoke will get out. Okay, well, yeah, the smoke will go out the windows, but the smoke won't stop coming because there's a fucking fire. There is a sewage diarrhea fire in the basement that makes nasty, gross diarrhea smell through the house. Opening windows doesn't do anything. We have to fix the problem. And she's not understanding that. So, needless to say, we are talking about moving. I don't want to move. I am in no condition to move. Oh my God. Me going over all of that was because we think the house might be making me sick. I'm seeing all these specialists, ENTs and neurologists and neurosurgeons and pain doctors and all this stuff. And all the blood work, all the scans, the brain scan, all of it comes back okay. My blood work is fine. The MRIs are fine. Okay, well, if medical science can't tell me what's going on, then what else is going on? Is it blood circulation? Well, my hands and feet are cold. Well, could it be that I've been breathing in this potentially toxic sewagey smell for almost a year and a half now, for over a year and a half now, and Could that be making me, could that be what this is? Like, if we leave, if we move, will I get better? I don't know. I don't know. Because if it's not that, and it's not the blood circulation thing, I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know why, when I was doing my stretches back in May, and I turned my head to the left, the room spun, which it had before, and it would always go away. It might last the day, but I would go to bed, wake up, and be fine. Why is it now lasting permanently? It's every damn day. Every day. Every waking moment of every day, I am now not only in agonizing pain because I am missing neck muscle, I'm also feeling like I'm inebriated. I'm just dizzy, and the room goes back and forth. Like I've said before, it's like being on a life raft in choppy water. It's that's been December. I am just frustrated, and as I've said, I'm getting towards the end of my rope with things. But January is a very busy month, and this is why earlier I said you might understand why I don't know if I can do what I wanted to do. I have surgeries scheduled for January. One's full on being put under surgery. One is, I'm not quite sure how far under they're going to put me. I have 4 appointments. 3 of them are procedures. On January 8th, I have the endoscope, where they're going to put a tube all the way down through me to see if we can figure out what's going on here. Is the smell from the house also affecting here? I don't know. I still think that when I got the are we allowed to say COVID on YouTube now? Can we say the C word? I still think it did something here, like, and it's manifesting, but how do you explain that to a pulmonary doctor who I will see the next day? Believe it or not, January 8th, I have my endoscope, which is full under, being put under surgical procedure. The very next day, I have my appointment with a pulmonary doctor here in town. So hopefully I can talk. I don't know how, like, my throat was super scratchy after the last surgery I had on my umbilical hernia. I don't know. I hope I can talk, because I've been waiting months for this appointment. It was supposed to be like in March, but they had an earlier time. We'll see. This is going to be rough. Then a week later, I have the pain management surgical procedure. Surgical procedure. They're going to do something back here to block the pain receptors. Not sure exactly what. It's another, you can't eat after a certain time, which sucks for me. Like, you can't eat after midnight, which for normal people, you just eat supper, go to bed, wake up, go to surgery. I have a 3rd shift schedule, so I get to eat before midnight, and then I can't eat the rest of the night. So that sucks. So I have that very early in the morning. That is way up, like hour and a half northwest of where we are. So yeah, I don't know. And then on the 30th, I have version number 2 of that, which basically you have the first one, see how it goes. I think it goes, if it seems to be working, it worked in some way, they'll do it again in a more, I won't say permanent. I don't know the logistics of it. All I know is I have one on the 16th and one on the 30th. And it's the same procedure, I think. That's January coming up. That is the endoscope, and then the pulmonary doctor, and then the 2 pain management. I did the, January is very packed. So I don't know. I'm really worried about the pulmonary doctor, just because how do you explain that, you feel like COVID has done some damage to your lungs, and you think you have long COVID, but whatever it is nests here, and whenever you cough or sneeze or anything, it manifests in you. You get that smell and that taste. You feel like you're having an asthma attack all the time. So in addition to the pain and the dizziness and the wooziness and the boat going back and forth, I have trouble breathing. It's just feels like someone is sitting on my chest all the time. It's hard to think that they're all separate occurrences. Could they all be caused by the nasty sump pump? Maybe. I mean, it would be nice if it was. That way, when we moved, it would all clear up. One would hope. Like, I'm hoping, like, even Justin said, he's like, I hope that whatever's happening to you isn't permanent damage. And obviously I agree. He is not having any of the issues that I have, but I also have a compromised immune system. Again, from the big, scary C word. So Um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we don't know what to do, and we're just racking up medical debt trying to figure all this out. But it would be nice if it was something as simple as breathing in toxic sewage, sulfury diarrhea smell for a year and a half. And that moving would alleviate that, and I could get back to what I considered my normal before all this happened, which was just this. But I'm getting incredibly frustrated and just burnout on all the appointments, all the travel, having 3 freaking surgical procedures coming up, and knowing that my body is just not reacting well to all of the new pain. Like, the human body can only take so much, and my body had adjusted, and I use adjusted in quotations, to this. Like, this is just awful. This hurts all the time. But I've also had this for over 15 years. But then you add in the COVID stuff, you add in the hernia surgery stuff, which still feels a little funny sometimes. So that's the update. That's what's coming up. My goal was to get something Doctor Who related out in January. But I do not know. I don't know. When this happened in May, I did not think I would be approaching a year of not only trying to deal with it, but trying to figure it out. It sucks. It sucks. Like, I'm in pretty bad shape right now. And that's one of those things where, like, you look fine. Like, I can look relatively normal, I suppose. But inside is just a bunch of nasty mess going on. But I'll keep you updated. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Happy holidays if you celebrate, be it Hanukkah or Xmas or Kwanzaa or some holiday I'm forgetting. If you do celebrate, I hope your holiday was good. It was enjoyable and full of mirth and merriment. And I hope that your 2025 coming up will be better than mine, because it's going to start off with a big bang of lots of stuff going on. Justin said that he hoped 2025 would be better for me than 2024. And I was like, we said the same thing about that in 2023, about 2024, and look what happened. So, but yeah, I gotta go. This is getting bad. So, have a good rest of the year, all that stuff. If you do New Year's stuff, be safe. To everyone watching, thank you. To the patrons that are still there, thank you. I did not expect it to be going on like this, because beyond the pulmonary doctor, what else can we do? Blood circulation, and then some pump issues and smell that might be poisoning me. So, sorry, my throat is really scratchy now. I'm gonna pay for this so bad tomorrow. It's difficult to maintain. It really is. But I do what I can. Oh, also, I'm recording this a day after my birthday. Yay! Hardly anybody remembered, including my family. My dad was the only one that wished me a happy birthday from my family. In case you wanted to know how little you matter, you can always use your birthday and who remembers and who wishes you one as a litmus test in your importance in life. I'm going to wrap this up before I get even more depressing. I'm not sure how to do January's update. It might just be like vloggy type things with a more encompassing update in February. Because I have the two appointments in February with the neurologist, a virtual visit. And then days later in February, I have a follow-up with the gastro doctor. So, all right, I am very dizzy. My throat hurts a lot, and my COVID crap is acting up. So I'm going to go. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. I hope you're doing well. Until the next video.